So I predict a win by Donald Trump in the elections, in the presidential elections in the United States. And here's the reason why I think Trump will win. Basically, okay, so the contest right now is Trump for the Republicans and Hillary Clinton for the Democrats. And I think Trump will win because Trump is more charismatic. He's more of a showman than Hillary Clinton. So I don't think Clinton can compete with Trump in terms of just bringing attention to himself. That's what Trump does. He really brings attention to himself. He says outrageous things. And that's pretty much how he won the Republican primaries. At first, people didn't take him seriously, but all these other candidates were not. Nobody remembered these other candidates, but they remembered Trump. Trump was the guy who was always in the spotlight. That's who they were talking about. Trump said something like, he would say things like build a wall and say things about Mexican immigrants, and then or say he's going to ban all Muslims, and that would get a lot of attention. And the media would pay attention to him. He'd get more support. So Trump brings all the attention to himself. And Hillary Clinton just is not good at doing that. And the other thing about Trump, the other reason I think Trump will win is that I think the United States there's been a major backlash in the United States against the establishment. And that goes for both sides, whether Republican or Democrat. There's been a big backlash against the establishment, or people who are seen as being part of the establishment. And so in 2008, when Obama got elected, that was kind of a reaction against the establishment. That's why they voted for Obama. What did Obama? His slogan was change. That's what he was talking about, change. So that's why people voted for him. And obviously, he's black, Obama. So African American. Obama's well, I guess his father was Kenyan and his mother was white American. So Obama, he didn't look like the previous president. So it was like people were voting. People wanted something different. That's why they voted for Obama, and that's why Hillary Clinton, when she tried to run to become the candidate in the Democratic what do you call them? When she was in the primaries, and she was defeated by Obama. Obama just popped up. Hillary Clinton was supposed to win in 2008. She was supposed to be the presidential candidate, or she was expected to be the presidential candidate. But then you had Obama pops up with this change message, and he's this new guy, and a lot of people turned and voted and chose Obama. And there was this big groundswell, this big populist movement behind Obama. And then they elected him president as well. And I think part of the reason behind that was this disillusionment with the establishment. That's why they voted for Obama. And it was probably likely tied in with the economic issues. 2007, 2008, they had that whole real estate crash and all that stuff. The Iraq war, and people are just kind of disillusioned with the establishment. They become disillusioned. So that's why they voted for Obama. Now fast forward 8 years, and I think people are still disillusioned. So now you have this right-wing disillusionment. Before it was kind of the left-wing type disillusionment, or quote-unquote liberal disillusionment, and they were voting for Obama. And now you have this disillusioned people from the other side of the political spectrum who are supporting Trump, and they have kind of this big enthusiasm behind Trump, like Trump is gonna solve all their problems and all that stuff. So that's why Trump has all the support. And even in the primaries, you saw kind of the disillusion type anti-establishment thing with Bernie Sanders. That's why you have a lot of the Democrats were supporting Bernie Sanders, who was this guy openly talking about he's a socialist. He's kind of like a outsider within the Democratic Party, and they were a lot of people were supporting him against Hillary Clinton, although he didn't have the same level of support that Obama had. But he didn't defeat Clinton, but he did a lot better than what people expected of him. I think that was the disillusionment on the left side, or on the Democrat side. So now you see this populism behind Trump, and see if Trump had tried to run in 2000, or he had tried to run earlier, he would never have won. Especially if he was saying like the type of statements that he made, he would have gotten in a lot of trouble. His campaign would have disappeared. It would have collapsed if he had said all the things that he has been saying recently. But because people are so disillusioned right now with all these establishment politicians, they're willing to vote for a guy like Trump. Even like the more outrageous things that Trump says, the more people support him. Or not all people, but the people on that side of the political spectrum. The more outrageous things he says, the more they support him, because they're tired they have a disillusionment with all these establishment people. So that's why they're supporting Trump, and that's why you're gonna see this whole kind of right wing disillusioned right wing type people groundswell support behind Trump, just like you had this kind of leftist or liberal type groundswell of support behind Obama in 2008. So I think Trump is going to win. I think there's way more enthusiasm behind Trump. I think that the people that support Trump are more likely to show up to vote, and I think Clinton is more of the establishment candidate right now, and she just doesn't have the same charisma as Trump does. So I think Trump will win. Trump will be the next president. Now, will he be a good president? Will he do things that are harmful, or who knows? Who knows what he'll do as president, because he doesn't. The thing about Trump is he doesn't have a track record. Or he doesn't, because Trump was somebody who wasn't, he's not someone who you would think of as a politician. He was doing reality shows, he was doing business deals, but he wasn't really expressing political opinions. See, because a lot of a lot of other people who are presidential candidates running in primaries, these people have been politicians for a while. They've expressed their political opinions. Like Obama, for example. Obama wrote books. He talked about wanting to have the healthcare thing. So a lot of times politicians will tell you what they're going to do before they do it. A long time before they even have a chance to be president, they talk about what they want to do. They talk about it openly, whereas Trump, I don't think he really talked about politics that much before, so it's hard to predict what he would do as president. But I do think he's going to win, so I don't know if it'll be good or bad, but I guess we'll see. If I'm right, we'll see what he's going to do as president of the United States.